And they will see people will bring people in. As many as touch the hem of Jesus' garment, they're healed. You see, look beyond the storm. Even in the storm, look beyond the storm and see what Jesus is coming. Look at the one walking on the waves that says, be of good cheer. I know you need to be of good cheer. Amen. I'll tell you right now, everybody's so beat down with this stuff. You know, they really are. People are discouraged. People are fearful. Brother Jim told me his brother has a church out Walbury, Angela, somewhere out there. Somewhere out there. It's not here, it's on other ways. What, 800 people? He had 20 there on a Sunday morning. 20. Another church in neighboring county, hundreds of people in that church. In the morning service, they had 40. I think at night they had 60. And you know, I'm not condemning anybody. I'm not judging anybody. Those of you that are listening to me, or how you listen to me, you just do what it takes for you to get through this thing. And we're not going to judge you and point fingers at you. You just, if you need to stay in your car, stay in your car. If you have to listen to the radio, listen to the radio. If you have to watch it on the internet, watch it on the internet. But just do whatever you have to do to get through this thing. You need to wear a mask because the governor says you need to. I got a bottle of hand sanitizer right here. If we forget to shake hands tonight, you see me rubbing a hand sanitizer, don't be offended, I'm going to do it. I do it at the funeral homes. I got some right in the pocket, like this. And somebody will come up from that family or whatever, they'll shake hands with me without thinking or whatever. I shake hands with them, I'm not going to refuse a handshake. And when they're going, I just keep right on going. You know? I'm going to do what I'm going to do to get through. Because it's wisdom. It's wisdom. But I'm not going to quit preaching funerals. When I got people coming from everywhere, I'm not going to quit doing that. When the funeral home needs me, if I'm going to help them in the good times, I'm going to be there in the bad times. And if I get the old COVID, God will bring me through it. Amen. If not, they'll have more business. I'm so blessed. And one of the owners, when he has families in, he tells me, if you don't have a preacher, we got one on staff. That just blesses me. I'm a funeral home staff preacher. No, you can't touch me, so don't think about it. You can't talk about my pen. No, I'm just teasing. But I'm just blessed to be able to serve God in this time. If it takes wearing a mask, I'll do that. Sometimes they don't have a mask on. I'll take mine off or whatever. I don't feel comfortable. But when I go to the casket, I put it back on when they're coming through. I've got to do what to take care of me. I don't take something home to Kathy. I'm not doing here. Be of good cheer. It is on. And Jesus says, be not afraid. I like what Teresa said. If we're in fear, we can't do anything. If you're in fear, you can't do anything. You've got to get rid of the fear. And once they got rid of the fear and they saw who it really was, He got them where they were going. And God's going to get us where we're going. Amen. So you just keep your faith and you keep your trust in God through this storm. As we close this morning, it was St. Francis of Sales, I believe it was. Am I saying that right? Do you know? Is that right? Yeah. He had a country parish, at least for a while. And he noticed that the farmers or the people, when they go to get water out of the well, they would put a stick in the bucket. Put a board in the bucket. And he watched it and he went, what's this all about? So one day this girl came and he'd been watching her get water. She got her water pail, she put some wood in. And he says, why are you putting wood in your water? Why not? She said, well, because that wood will help the water be still and be calm. It'll keep it from splashing out. Now, I see people put wood maybe in the water trough to keep it from freezing. There's an expansion or whatever. You can break it loose or whatever. But she put wood in the bucket to keep it from slopping out, to study the water. And there's some wood we need to put in our bucket, put in our heart. It's called the cross of the Lord Jesus Christ. And through this time, know this, that all the provision of God comes through the cross of Jesus Christ. It all comes through the cross. I understand that today. Amen. If it were not for the cross, you would have absolutely nothing but the law. Are you getting this today? Yes. And we are not under the law, but we are under grace. And thank God, last night I was praying, Lord, how can I get over some of these things I'm fighting? It's the cross. It's the cross. I want you to turn me to 1 Corinthians 15 as I close the service. And Teresa really brought out good, and I want you to see it in the Word. I'll never forget here one night, several months ago, maybe a year ago. And she did not know, but Sister Glenda bought a prophecy, I believe it was. It may have been an interpretation of tongues, but it was a prophecy of memory serves. You remember that God's used you different times. And you were about to Wayne and preach the gospel. Preach the gospel. Do you remember that? You don't know how the Lord was dealing in my heart. And it has with that from that point. Preach the gospel. Preach the gospel. So many gospels we can preach today. Prosperity gospel. Social gospel. Everybody know what I'm talking about today? America's trying to be swept by the social gospel right now. Let's make, we're all equal. Do we understand that? We're under the law. We're all equal. We don't need, we may need some laws changed and some policemen put out, some other people put out their positions. But we've got equal protection under the law. Sometimes it breaks down. Sometimes your car breaks down. Right. I've never seen a garage yet that didn't have one. They have a showroom and they also have a repair room, a garage. If you can find a car that doesn't have a garage to repair it, let me know and I'll try to buy one if I've got enough money. You got a Buick, you got a repair room at the Buick shop. You go to this, and you go out and they're proud of them now. Look how clean our shop is. I mean, I've had them show me once or twice. That deal, show me the shop. Does that show confidence when you're buying a car and they want to show me the shop? They're expecting this thing to break down, you know? Yeah, you're right. You'll be back. I want to show you the gospel. And this is for you to share. As Teresa was encouraging you to minister. In 1 Corinthians chapter 15, Paul says in verse 3. Well, in verse 1 he says, "Moreover, brethren, I declare unto you the gospel, which I preached unto you, which also ye received, and wherein ye stand, by which also ye are saved, if ye keep in memory what I preached unto you, unless ye have believed in vain. For I delivered unto you first of all that which I also received." And this is the gospel in a nutshell. How that Christ died for our sins on one finger, right? According to the scriptures, one finger. The second finger, and that he was buried. Yep. Third finger, and that he rose again the third day, according to the scriptures. And that, number 5, and that before that he was seen, and he wanted to know how he was seen by. This is a historical fact right here. When you're sure, I don't know what to share. Just share this right here. Are you getting this today? You don't have to be a Bible scholar. You don't have to know the roots of Greek and the roots of Hebrew. All you have to do is take that 4 steps right there. And this is the gospel in a nutshell. Isn't that great? I just loaded your gun, honey. Brother, I just loaded your spiritual gun. Now you go ahead and use it for the glory of God. Be of good cheer. It is I. Be not afraid. Jesus is in the midst of our storms, and he's going to bring us through.